guys, and welcome back to the Anime Plus podcast. This is your podcast for everything anime and anime related. In today's episode, we're going to do the usual on every single Thursday. We do news podcasts. So I believe this is edition number 9. So we've been doing these news every single week, these podcast episodes every single week for about 9 weeks now. You know, we're going crazy. And then we do our regular slated podcast on Tuesdays. So yeah, we're on episode 38, and this is news edition number 9. But yeah, if this is your first time here, this is kind of the way that we like to get the ball rolling. But yeah, I'm Aray, and I'm with my boy Owen. Owen, say what's up.
What's going on, guys? Yeah, so this is the news segment of our podcast. It's a bit different from our normal Tuesday section. Our normal Tuesday section revolves more around, what's going on. Not normally what's going on, but just random anime topics, stuff that we like, more personalized content.
You know what I mean?
What's
We love
up?
that fun. We love the fun shit. That's what
Yeah,
we be doing on Tuesday.
exactly. That's we keep the fun separate from the information, but we do add a little spice to the information though. We don't just read off the articles. We kind of get into the articles and give our opinion and hot takes on what we think and predictions on what we think the anime is going to do, or based on the article we just give our predictions. But yeah, let's get right into the first article.
All right, so this first article is pretty wild. I figured we'd start off this podcast with a pretty wild one. So basically, long story short, Tokyo Revengers has 2 live actions, and this is the second live action film, and that's scheduled to open very soon. I believe it's June 30th. So if at the time of the recording, it's coming out tomorrow. But yeah, so the news is it's basically gonna happen on time with no delay, and the reason why that's even an issue is because the actor that plays Baji, he actually got arrested for having marijuana, like possession of marijuana. So yeah, it's kind of crazy because this whole entire anime itself is based off of like gangs and whatnot. So it's kind of ironic for that to happen. But yeah, if you're a fan of the live action, this is coming on time, so you don't really have to worry about it. And this is supposed to be the bloody Halloween arc. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be hype and no delays. So nothing to worry about here. But yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on this real quick.
Yeah, first thing I want to say, my man is living up to his name in the IRL. You know, it's Tokyo Revengers is all about for all the viewers that haven't watched Tokyo Revengers, it's basically about like a high school street gang in Japan, and basically they pretty much do fuck shit all around Japan with like gangs and shit, and it's not really like just gang stuff though. Like there's a lot of deep meaning to it, and that's what like the whole the whole aspect of Tokyo Avengers is that it's a gang, but it's like a wholesome gang at that point. But yeah, I mean that's pretty ironic. Not ironic. That's pretty like he's going straight with his character. Man's is about to man's go to jail. IRL, that's hilarious. But this is about to be
Do you think this was a publicity stunt?
um I
Like
honestly
for a drop stock?
maybe, but then it's kind of like the reputation of the guy that plays Bachi just drops heavy.
That's true.
Low-key. But if he's taking one for
Either
the
way, it's crazy. Either way, it's crazy.
yeah, if he's taking one for the team, I mean that's great publicity. But this shit it's about to be sick. So one thing that we were talking about when it came to the One Piece anime, I mean live action, was that it's very like One Piece is very goofy and One Piece is very fake, right? When it comes to like the power system and whatnot, and it's very hard to replicate that in the live action. But Tokyo Revengers is something that is easily replicable in in real life, because it's just there's nothing fake about it. There's no special powers, there's no magic. It's straight just guns and real life stuff. So it's not, and like real fighting. So you can easily replicate this. So I think that this type of live action will definitely work. I mean, you were telling me that they've done a previous version. How did that go?
I saw a couple of clips on TikTok, and honestly, it wasn't bad at all. It was actually pretty good. I never watched the entire thing, so I can't speak for the whole thing itself. But I mean, for them to do a second film kind of already indicates that it did, relatively well.
Yeah, no, I mean, low key, I gotta watch the new season, even though like it's been out. I watched half of it. I need to watch the second half. But yeah, Tokyo Revengers, amazing anime, and hopefully it's gonna be an amazing live action. But yeah, let's get into the next one.
All right, so this next one is a little bit unfortunate, especially for Classroom of the Elite fans. So season three is going to be delayed. It was originally slated for the end of 2023, so that would either be the fall season, yeah, pretty much the fall season. So sometime in October it would be coming out, but now it's going to be delayed till January 2024. So it's not terrible. It's a one season delay, but I know this anime has been popping off in general, so for it to get delayed kind of sucks. But yeah, I mean, Owen, I don't know if you watch this or not, but it's definitely popular. It has a pretty well sized fan base, if I have to say so.
I haven't watched it, but can you give like a little background on it? Have you watched it at all?
I watched the first 4 or 5 seasons. Oh, sorry, 4 or 5 episodes. It in the 5 episodes I watched, I actually did enjoy it. There's a lot of hidden agenda shit in this anime, and it, if you like those main characters that are very witty and smart, you would probably like this one too, because this is one of those ones.
Got you. Okay. I mean, definitely something I will look into. But for everyone that watched Classroom of the Elite, it is being delayed to January 2024. Pretty unfortunate, but I mean, shit happens. What can we say, eh?
Yeah, just quick little background. I mean, season one came out in 2017. Season two came out in 2022. And for them to get
Wait,
greenlit, what's up?
it took that long for like a season two. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably numerous amount of reasons. I'm just guessing, but it could be anything from there weren't enough manga chapters. I don't even know if this is originally a manga, but yeah, that would be my best guess. But I mean, from July 2022 to October 2023, or I guess now it's delayed to January 2024. That's not bad at all. I mean, it's a 1.5 year wait. That's not terrible. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty good, especially compared to their last season. So, I mean, yeah, it also gives people time to catch up. So, if it's only two seasons, so if you want to get into Costume of the Elite, this is the perfect time. Been through those two seasons. By the time January comes through, you'll be good to go for the new season.
Yeah. You know what? I completely forgot to read why they're getting delayed. It's apparently due to various circumstances, which is obviously that's pretty vague. We've got a lot of different reasons. Remember how we did a couple episodes ago, like a bunch of anime were getting delayed left and right, and it was because of COVID. So I
Yeah,
don't know if this would fit that umbrella, but various circumstances is just kind of yeah, it's not the same thing.
if they're using COVID as an excuse now, I don't know what to say. But yeah, it's like 3 years later. Well, yeah, and 3 years from the start. Well, yeah. Um, I mean, for all the people that are watching this, January 2024, look out. But yeah,
Let's get into the next one. So the next one, on another note, we actually have some exciting news, and that is Ranking of Kings anime is going to get a brand new film. So this is the anime that popped off last year. I remember watching it; it was pretty hyped. Everyone really liked it, and just this year, we actually got like a spin-off anime. So now we have the original anime, we have the spin-off anime, and now we're going to get a brand new film. So if you're a Ranking of Kings fan, it's a good time to be alive. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I mean, the show has to be doing like phenomenal if they're pumping out this much content. This is a new film. They just mean movie, right? When they say that,
Say that again?
I said it says Ranking of Kings that anime gets a brand new film. That's just a movie, right?
Yeah, just a movie.
Okay, got you. I mean, I know when we were doing, I think it was the beginning of 2023 for the winter anime. There was something that came up with this little dude. I remember this little dude just looks
So
iconic.
so we actually did a couple episodes that had Ring Game Kings featured in it. The first one was I think it was the spring 2023 anime that we kind of browsed through. Obviously, this was one of them that came out so pretty much this season, and that was the spin-off anime. So that literally just came out, and we're already getting a new film. And then the second thing that we did was we covered the Crunchyroll Awards, and this was one of the anime that was featured in the awards a lot. I think it was the year 2022. So legit last year, and it was one of the top anime in that last year. So yeah, we're seeing the name a lot for sure.
God damn. So I mean, if you guys want to have a new, want to watch a new anime and get into a new anime, and you have nothing to watch, Ranking of Kings has been doing amazing, and I would recommend it for sure. I mean, I haven't watched it, but Aray, you would recommend it, right? Since you watched it.
Yeah, it's different than your typical anime, like Battle Shonen, of course. We've got this very small character, and he's kind of cutesy, but there is action in it. So if you enjoy action, or if you just want to see like a cute little guy just doing shit and fighting, then you would probably enjoy this. Animation style is very different, and honestly, it's pretty appealing. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. So maybe you guys will too.
No, I will get into this for sure, especially since you said it's a shonen. You know me, I'm a, a huge shonen dude, so we'll definitely get into it. But yeah, let's get into the next one.
So the next one is a cool little story. So we're getting a Pokemon Summer Festival that's coming out in August. Unfortunately, it's only in Japan. Most of our listeners aren't from Japan. So if you guys are making a trip sometime in the summer, you gotta hit up Japan because let's be honest, man. We at Anime Plus, we love our Pokemon. We recently just did a pod with one of our boys, talking about Pokemon. So yeah, I mean, dude, I kind of wish I had the opportunity to go to this festival. It sounds really cool.
Yo, this shit looks mad lit, bro. I'm not gonna lie. A Pokemon festival, that would be wild. We need some exclusive Pokemon content though. If we're at this festival, that'd be crazy.
That
But
would actually be wild, bro.
yeah, I mean, just generally seeing everything Pokemon themed in a little area, that's actually crazy. I do one day want to visit Japan.
Mhm.
Japan just seems like it's straight out of anime. Even though it's real life, it feels like it's straight out of anime, and I do want to experience the rich culture of, you know, of Japan and whatnot. But
I mean,
yeah,
it sounds sick. I mean, if just kind of reading the article real quick, it says there's gonna be like stalls or like booths of like Pokemon themed stuff. So like Magikarp fishing and Pokeball throwing. This sounds fun, man. Like I would want to go here just to vibe or just to check it out. So if you're living in Japan, you gotta go, man. This sounds sick.
no, hell yeah, it sounds like the best carnival ever or festival ever. But yeah, I mean, if I was in Japan, you'd see me there 100%. But yeah,
All right, let's get into the next article. So this one, pretty much it hits home for me because this is one of my favorite, most underrated anime, and that is Golden Kamuy. So we're getting some good news for Golden Kamuy. We are getting the final season. It is now confirmed. Season 4 recently just ended on Monday, and as soon as it ended, we got the announcement that the final season was already in production. We got this nice little preview visual of the final season. So when they announce a new season or right after a season ends on the same day, like they've been in production, they're getting ready to get it done. And we also know that's pretty popular because for example, there's Demon Slayer. As soon as that ended, you already know we're getting a new season. Same thing with My Hero. As soon as it ends, we get an announcement for a new season. So I'm pretty hyped for this show in particular to get the final season. I know I haven't watched it because I haven't watched the fourth season because it actually got delayed because I believe it was COVID too. We were talking about that earlier, but yeah, I mean, I gotta catch up on that, and now I know that the final season's coming. I feel at peace. I don't have to read the manga, and just knowing that the anime is gonna be completed. But yeah, Owen, I know you don't watch it, so you can't really speak on it. But 5 seasons, man. I want to know how you feel about this. Do you think it's something that you'd watch?
5 seasons. You gotta give me a little background on the anime itself.
All right,
What's it about?
so long story short, it's basically about a guy who is basically just living out his friend's dream. His friend was dying, so he's like, "All right, I'll do this for you." And he meets up with this girl, and this girl's man, I'm trying to do this without spoiling, but let's just say she's looking for like a treasure, kind of. So they team up together to look for the treasure. The treasure happens to be um, the guy. His name is Sugimoto. Like his friend's dying wish has to do with that treasure. I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's without spoiling it, it's a very funny anime, and it's also serious and adventurous. And it doesn't take place in modern times. It's kind of like right after a war. I think it's the Japanese-Russian War. And yeah, if you're like a historian or you like history, I don't know what it is for me personally. I like anime that isn't a certain time period. So that really makes it great for me. But I think the humor in this anime is top tier for sure. Like they do some funny ass shit, bro. Trust me, man, this anime is funny and it's pretty good.
No, I mean it's definitely something I would give a try. I mean, first of all, there's 5 seasons. I like longer animes to begin with
Yeah.
because they have more depth.
Mhm.
But in general, it's giving me like One Piece vibes where you said, there's a lost treasure, someone's dying wish. Um, and they're out looking for treasure. You said it's gonna be adventurous. And I like shit like that because that's like the story itself can definitely have a lot of turns and
Mhm.
like plot twists when it comes to adventures. So definitely something I would want to watch
Mhm.
based off that photo. Like the first photo looks like kind of reminds me of like Game of Thrones,
A
where
little bit,
the
yeah.
guy is on the Iron Throne, and then the second one is kind of like they're hunting something. Is
Yeah.
what it looks like.
A little bit, yeah. I'm not trying to spoil it for you, dog, but if I had to make a quick pitch for anyone to watch this, one thing I would say is the MC is a badass. His nickname is literally immortal because he refuses to die. Like he's gone through some crazy ass shit and crazy ass fights, and you can kind of see the scars on here. I know the picture's a little bit blurry, but he's got some crazy scars because obviously the hence the nickname immortal. The tandem between the main character and I guess the other main character, they're funny, they vibe, and it all checks out. And overall, it's a funny ass anime. So that's my quick little pitch. But yeah, you want to hop into the next story?
Yeah, definitely.
Right. So we are getting a Konosuba season three, and that's coming out in 2024. This is huge news, especially because season two came out quite a while ago. I had to kind of fact check it last time it came out. I mean, maybe it's somewhere in this article. Yeah, so it looks like 2016 and 2017 were the first and second seasons. So it's been like almost 7 years before season three comes out. Recently we just got a spin-off anime. I think it's legit coming out this season, or maybe it was last season. I can't even remember. Yeah, so it came out spring season, a spin-off, but now we're officially getting season three. So it's hype, man, especially because I know Konosuba is a huge anime. It's really popular. Everyone really loves it.
What genre is it? Because based off that picture, I can't really tell.
It's a mix between isekai and comedy, I would say.
Gotcha. Okay, okay. Damn, it took 7 years. People probably kind of forgot about what the actual concept of season two was about.
I forgot. I mean, yeah, I would say that. Like, I honestly forgot what season two was about, but people haven't forgotten about this anime because it is one of the funniest anime I've ever watched. I think it's probably the funniest.
Damn, you're kind of enticing me to watch this now. Like, I never watch anime for comedy
Don't get me
ever.
wrong though. There are some sus moments. So if you aren't into all of that, you might have to either bypass that shit or just deal with it. But yeah, this it is funny, man. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, this is something I definitely watch it. I don't really recall ever watching anime for like the laughs,
Yeah.
except for Mashal, or which I've been watching recently. I think that's like the only anime that I watch just for the comedy part. And I do want to get into more comedy type anime. It's definitely something I will be looking into in the future. But yeah, for all the people that want a action packed comedy, Konosuba is a good one that's coming out in 2024.
All right, so we'll get into the next one. So speaking of new seasons confirmed, we've got Oshinoko season two that is officially confirmed. This was also announced right after the finale of the recent season that's coming out right now. So similar to Golden Kamuy and similar to some of the other ones that we talked about earlier, and even in some of the earlier podcasts that we've done, Demon Slayer, My Hero, and whatnot, it was announced right after the finale of the recent season, and that's hype because we know this shit is crazy. We've been talking about Oshinoko ever since it came out. We were hyping it up. I think we were talking about it when we did our what we'll be watching in spring season. And then, of course, we covered it. We've been covering this on the news podcast for quite some time. We covered it when it became ranked number one. So the first episode became number one on my anime list for in terms of like popularity. We talked about how the manga has pretty much outsold what it's done itself in the past few years. So yeah, this title keeps coming up over and over again. So yeah, we're officially getting season two.
Yeah, I mean, we have been watching, we have been covering the news on this anime literally since the news started on this anime, to be honest. We did say we were gonna watch it. I have not watched it yet. I'm guilty of that, not gonna lie. But I will definitely watch season one before season two comes out. Like that's a promise, since I know that this anime has been huge. It's it's been like breaking all the numbers. So all that positive feedback, I'm definitely gonna watch this anime. But for anyone that's watched the first season, season two is coming out, and that's pretty hype. I mean, it's pretty fast. It just ended, right? This first season just ended.
Yep, just literally, I think a couple of days ago, and as soon as it got announced, honestly, I think it ended yesterday. I don't know. We posted this on our Instagram as soon as we got the confirmation for season two, which by the way was like 5 minutes after the finale aired on live TV. So you know we're quick with it. So if you guys want to get your quick news, follow us on Instagram. Quick little plug, you feel me? But yeah,
No, hell yeah. I mean, so if you want to stay up to date with all the anime news, definitely yes, follow our Instagram and our Twitter. But if you do want to get into contact with us on a more personal level, the Discord is there, pretty active in the Discord, and um we just want to conversate with all of you. But yeah, let's get into the next one.
all right, so this one, in my opinion, is one of the coolest pieces of news that we're going to cover today, and that is My Hero is officially collabing with the NBA. Here in the States, you know, NBA is really huge. It's not as big as it is in other countries, but yeah, basketball itself is one of the biggest sports in our state, and for it to collab with an anime itself is hella cool. I think the last time we had an NBA collaboration with an anime was Kuroko's Basket, which I mean, for obvious reason, that's basketball. But for it to do with a random anime that has nothing to do with basketball, it's pretty hype. So long story short, what they're collabing on is going to be streetwear. It's going to be for fans. So here's like a cool little picture with All Might holding a basketball, and over here it says NBA collaboration. Hyperfly is going to be the company that makes the streetwear, and obviously My Hero. So it's great news overall. But before we go into details, Owen, let me hear your opinions on this.
First of all, I think this is huge, just in general for the anime community. Like basketball is such a huge part of US sports, and I feel like basketball people, not like, okay, so people that watch sports, I'm not saying there's a disconnect from the people that watch sports and anime. There's definitely like an area where they bisect both of them, but like there's definitely an area where people in basketball or sports fans don't know about anime, or don't know about the or have a bad stigma on anime in general. And I think that this will help them uh kind of recognize anime as something that's actually, cool, something that's actually not weeby or anything, something that's pretty normal now. I think that was one of our initial reasons we even got into this like this wanted to make the Discord and build the community itself. We kind of want to break that stigma of, weebs being weebs, and we want a big anime community with basically a diverse background, where you can come from any type of background, like you can like anything, but we all come together in common because we like anime. And I think this ad or this collaboration will definitely help, especially since it has to do with fashion. People are gonna be wearing this, so if it looks cool and it gets recognized, it's gonna bring so much awareness to the actual anime itself. But yeah, what do you think about it?
Just kind of piggyback off what you're saying. Zion Williamson, who's a pretty popular NBA player, Obviously he was one of the most highly touted NBA players coming into the draft, after LeBron and whatnot. We're not going to go into too much detail there, but he was saying that 70 to 80% of the NBA, like the players in the league, actually watch anime, which I thought was really cool. A lot of them are low key about it, he was saying. They're not as open as he is. There's been clips of players talking about anime. There's even a clip about Joel Embiid. He's like legit watching Dragon Ball Z. He's like lying down on the bench watching Dragon Ball, which I thought was really cool. But yeah, I mean, nonetheless, for this collaboration to actually happen, I think it would be cool, especially if the players end up rocking it. I know most of the players might not, but it would be cool to see, Zion or one of these other players that love anime rocking one of these shirts. But yeah, let's kind of just get into some of the details real quick. So these shirts or apparel are gonna exclusively come out on My Hero Con, My Hero Academia Con. I'm not sure what that is, but I mean it's pretty self-explanatory. It sounds like a My Hero, con. But that's going to be in Vegas from July 7th to 9th. And then I guess this is when you're going to be able to get the apparel. The apparel is going to feature the My Hero characters on these merchandise teams, merchandise. It's going to have 9 NBA teams. So if you're a fan of these teams, you're lucky. We got the Lakers, got the Warriors, the Bulls, my Celtics, we got the 76ers, the Knicks, the Heat, Mavs, and then the Portland Trailblazers. Unfortunately, they don't have every single team, but it makes sense. But yeah, I guess you're gonna only be able to get it exclusively at this My Hero Con. But nonetheless, it's a pretty sick collab.
Damn, they didn't put my boy the Nuggets on there, even though they just won.
I know,
Sheesh.
right?
They really
Well,
just did.
in,
I
in
mean,
in in their defense, it's not a huge market team.
yeah, that's what I was about to say too. I was like, I get it. I get the reason because it's not that big of an area or like a popularity wise, it's probably not that good. But I mean, they got Portland in there, so I don't know.
Portland is
But
not. Yeah,
um, this
it.
this shit's about to be hyped though. But just want to touch up on my boy Zion.
We're
He's
not
been
talking about his drama, man. We're not doing that. We're not talking about Mariah. No, play. No name
man's
dropping.
man's
No, no,
been
no, 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 no. Hold on,
going
hold on,
through it. Is all I'm saying. Man's been going
hold
through it. That's all I'm saying, bro.
on, bro. Hold on.
My
Oh
man Zion's been going through it, but yeah, hell yeah. I mean, he watches anime. He's one of the brothers. Just kidding.
I just want to say one quick thing for those of you guys that don't get the inside reference. What I would say, just go to Twitter and type in. Actually, you know what? Yeah, fuck it.
Literally, if you
Just
type in
type in
Zion
Zion.
Williamson, you will
Yeah.
the information will come straight up, like literally. But yeah, that's funny as hell. Oh my
Let's get
god.
into the last story that we're going to cover today. So this story is pretty cool. We've been talking about this for actually a couple of pods now, but the one-shot manga that's being done by Masashi Kishimoto, the author of Naruto, that is coming out on July 18th. So it's coming out very soon. It's going to be featured in the Weekly Shonen Jump magazine on the 18th. We talked about it earlier. So there was like a huge competition, a character popularity poll, and it was announced before the poll that the winner of the poll was going to get an original manga done by the creator of Naruto. So obviously Minato Namikaze won. I don't want to spoil it of who that is. That's the fourth Okage, but I won't go into too much detail for those of you guys that haven't watched Naruto. But yeah, he's getting his own one shot manga. It's going to be pretty cool, epic. I don't know what the story is about for sure, but I heard a rumor that's going to be about him, like how he came out, like with the creation of the Rasengan, which is pretty cool. But nonetheless, it's one of the most popular characters in Naruto. So you already know this manga is about to be crazy, and this is his first one shot in the Weekly Shonen Jump in 7 years. So I don't know how much work he'll put into it, but I can tell it's going to be fire. But yeah, what do you think, real quick?
Firstly, I just want to say that we were kind of keeping track of this whole story since the beginning of when it happened. So while the actual poll is happening, it was actually kind of funny since Sakura was about to win, and I know that
Yeah.
would have, as a troll, and I know that would have upset a lot of people. But luckily, we got Minato. But I think for anyone that hasn't watched Naruto, what are you doing? Just go watch it. Honestly, I don't even like Naruto that much. but it's just a staple in the anime. In the anime, like you just gotta watch it. But yeah, Minato is one of my favorite characters, even though he doesn't get too much screen time. But yeah, this is about to be lit. Um, it's only manga though, right?
Yeah. I mean, who knows? We might, if we're lucky, if it's popular, we might get an anime adaptation. Maybe like even an episode or two would be cool. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously, probably not, but one can hope. You know what I mean? Like we
I
haven't really got a lot of Naruto in a while.
yeah, I think I'd probably not read the manga for it because
Mhm.
I'm not too crazy of a Naruto fan.
Right.
But if they do come out with something animated, yeah, you count me in for sure. Even though like if this was like a One Piece thing for manga, I'd read it,
Right.
and that's the only time I'd read it. And even then, I might not read it just because again, it just kills. I don't know. You know my situation on manga and whatnot. I don't want to keep repeating myself with that shit, but
I got you.
yeah, something I probably wouldn't watch. I would watch if it came animated. Hell yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, I know you're watch. I know you're reading this as soon as it drops. Straight
I
up.
probably will. Yeah, I mean, Minato is definitely one of the coolest characters in Naruto. You know, I would say he's probably like a top 10 for me. There's so many cool characters in Naruto, so top 10 is respectable. But yeah, I probably will read it. Let us know if you guys were one of the people that voted for Minato. You know, join our Discord and let us know. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I feel like that's going to be it for this episode.
Yeah, I think we got through a good amount of this week's news. I know for all our new watchers and listeners, I mean, we do this every Thursday. This is our new segment of the podcast. It's kind of our take on the news. We I, first of all, I think I just want to kind of put this in there. I think news in anime, it's a whole like if you don't have a good source of news in anime, so much shit just happens during the week that you're not even gonna know what like it's like going to class and then those hard classes you go to and then if you skip a week or like you don't go for like a day, I mean 2 days or a day, you come back to the next class, you're just lost. I feel like anime is kind of like that where so much information is put out throughout the week that
Mhm.
if you're not caught up or if you're not actively looking for any of these articles or these posts or whatnot, you will miss part of that week's news. A
Right.
lot of news comes out per week, and we cover all the news. We don't only look at stuff that we like. We kind of get into literally everything. We give our opinions on it from our perspective, um, and we just have a great time with it. But yeah, just anyway, it takes up.
Well, we appreciate you guys for listening to our pod, whether you're on Spotify, whether you're on, Apple Podcasts or any of the other, pretty much all the streaming platforms that we're on. Just got to shut that out. We're on every single streaming platform. But yeah, we appreciate you guys for listening. For real, it really means a lot to us. Our whole thing is to build an anime community, and we're doing that with our Discord. We're doing that with our podcast. So again, just want to say we appreciate you guys. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. We'll catch you guys on the next episode of Anime Plus. And yeah, peace.
Peace.